The Toronto Raptors take out the Philadelphia 76ers 116-115 at home. First thing I got to do here is really hoping that the Raptors were going to win this game, not just for the win, just because so many people deserved a lot of props in this one. A lot of guys. We have a lot to talk about. And if you didn't get to watch this game, please go watch the game in 30, even if you can't get it in full, because this is one of the most fun games of the season to watch. And this thing finished in overtime, went to overtime. This was back and forth. It was chippy. It was physical. And you know what? The Raptors look tough tonight. I said the Raptors looked tough tonight. Exactly what I was whining about the last game, getting punked against Boston. It's one thing if you lose, but to just be not physical at all, to show no toughness, that's something that's really going to grind my gears. And so I was very pleased with the way that the Raptors played. It was really chippy in this one. It was really chippy. And so there's a lot of things that we have to talk about. And so let's go back to the first quarter because I got a ton of notes in this one. First of all, still no RJ Barrett in this one, out with the ankle injury, but he is day to day. So that is good. He's not going to be out as it looks for an extended period of time. So he is day to day. Now, on the other hand, Jakob Poeltl getting an update is out, obviously still, but there is no timetable for his return. And so I'm a little worried about that in regards to Jakob Poeltl. Brandon Ingram, on the other hand, still out with a thumb injury, but they said he is progressing and it looks like he is going to be back within the next 1 or 2 games. So just a few notes for you. Joel Embiid did not play in this game as well. Give you a quick update there. And he has not played in Toronto since October of 2023. You heard me correctly. He has not played in Toronto since October of 2023.
It's completely BS. This is shame. Shame for the referees, shame for the league to allow this.
Paul George, on the other hand, looks like he was going to play, but as we were in the opening stages of this game, word comes to Matt Devlin, no Paul George. He was a late scratch in this one. And so starting this game, the Raptor starters quickly, Shead started the 2-point guards, Scottie, Jacoby Walter, and Colin Murray Boyles. Okay, so listen to this. Nick Nurse was teed up in less than 2 minutes in this game off of a cheap foul. He got pissed up and got teed up really early in this one, which is quite funny to watch, actually. But let me just get that out of the way. The Raptors were playing some physical defense early, as I mentioned. Guys were feeling their presence, not just running through the lane casually, being physical, giving fouls if they had to. And they had an 11-8 lead early in this game with 7:17 remaining in this game. And so Elijah Martin checks in early in this game. And he's somebody that we're going to have to speak about because he played a really good game. He played 30 minutes in this game. 30 minutes. And I'm not talking about some bum 30 minutes. Like you needed Elijah Martin down the stretch in this one. He played in OT. I'm getting excited and getting ahead of myself, but we needed every minute from Elijah Martin. He came in and gave some really good minutes in this game. He played 30 minutes. He had 9 points. He was just 3 of 11 from the field. Didn't make a 0 of 3 from 3-point range, but he was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Gave you 8 rebounds. 8 rebounds. Gave you, listen to this. Gave you 1 assist, only 1 turnover. He gave you 2 blocks and 4 steals. And 4 steals. We're going to drop one for Elijah Martin because, man, I have, and I'm sure you have been as well, a lot of us have been waiting to see Elijah Martin. And he showed up in this one and he balled out. He balled out in this one. He was physical. He was tough. He was playing defense. He was aggressive. I like what I'm seeing from Elijah Martin. I think we're going to have to see him play a little bit more here. A little bit more. It's nice to have that third point guard. And yes, I'm impressed. I am impressed, Elijah Martin. Okay. Colin Murray boils in this one with 6 rebounds, with 6:16 remaining in that first quarter. And it was 15-8 Raptors. 12 of their 15 points came in the paint. And unfortunately, here for Jacoby Walter. Jacoby Walter played just 5 minutes in this game before going down with an injury, right hip pointer injury. He left with 3:45 remaining in that first quarter and did not return to the game. So hopefully it's something that's not too serious. And we're hoping that he recovers and, gets the rest he needs, gets back into that lineup healthy, okay? Because we're going to need him. Raptors aggressive, like I mentioned, going into the paint, but it was a 25-22 lead for the 76ers after the first quarter. And boy, were both teams shooting horrendously. Like they were playing defense, physical, good defensive, kind of old school game this was. 116-115 win. That's with overtime. So a good defensive display from both teams. But after the first quarter, the Philly was shot 8 of 23 from the field, just 34%. And the Raptors shot 8 of 27, 29%. And I have in my notes here what I mentioned to you guys multiple times. Physical quarter. Now, the Raptors did look, not too good entering that second quarter when it comes to offense, just one field goal over the last 6 minutes and 25 seconds leading into the second quarter, but going back from the first quarter. And at one point, like these Philly guards were just attacking dudes, attacking guys on the perimeter. Edgecombe, Maxey, Grimes. Let's talk about Tyrese Maxey for just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is a nightmare. A nightmare.
Guaranteed.
This guy is something else. The level of quickness with this man. I mean, he had 45 minutes in this game, 38 points. He was 13 of 27 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3-point range, 10 of 12 from the free throw line, gave you 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks in this one. Got him to turn it over 5 times, but overall, this guy is a nightmare. And he doesn't even have to make threes to carve you up in the game. He is so quick. He is so quick. You cannot stay in front of him. And if you play off of him and sag off of him, he's going to light you up from 3-point range. He's an absolute nightmare. Now, the Raptors did start getting out into transition for fast break points. And with fast break points, it was 8-1 Raptors advantage with 6:45 remaining in that second quarter. Scottie at that point had 16 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, and Barnes had scored or assisted on 27 of the Raptors' first 40 points at that point. And when we look at the fast break points, because we've mentioned this, we've talked about this over and over and over again. 17-10 in this game in favor of the Raptors, but this was a more knock him out, drag him out, slug match pretty much in half-court sets. And Elijah Martin, like I mentioned, good energy, good perimeter defense, 4 points, 6 rebounds remaining. Sorry, with 2:30 remaining, 4 points and 6 rebounds in that second quarter. And the Raptors did a much better job from the field in that second quarter, shooting 65% in that second quarter. Martyr finishes the half with 6.6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. Scottie Barnes had 20 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. But the Raptors were just 1 of 12 from 3-point range, and Philly wasn't much better at 2 and 14 from 3-point range at the half. We enter the third quarter, and of course, at some point, Philly was going to wake up and start making 3-point shots and just shoot a better percentage from the field overall at some point. When you see the caliber of guys that they have, Edgecombe, of course, Maxey, Oubre is a good player, Okay, this guy, Dominic Barlow, was decent tonight, shooting 5 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3-point range in 26 minutes. He had 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 turnovers, though, but he did have 3 blocks. And VJ Edgecombe, boy, oh boy, he is amongst the league leaders with the best 3-point shooting in clutch time in the NBA. In the NBA. Just unbelievable. 45 minutes in this game. 45 minutes. 17 points, 6 of 19 from the field. Didn't shoot it well, but 2 of 8 from 3-point range, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, had 2 steals, and some big buckets down the stretch, which we will get to. But Philly erases a 10-point lead in 2 minutes. Did I mention the score was 58-48 at the half for the Raptors? So they erased that in 2 minutes. And, Maxey starts making shots. Kelly Oubre Jr. started making a few shots, went on a 7-0 run by himself. And now, with 5:23 remaining in that third quarter, the Raptors are shooting just 2 of 16 from 3-point range and have turned it over 5 times in that third quarter with 5:15 remaining. And you're looking at them because sometimes you're watching the Raptors offensively and you start wondering, okay, what the hell is going on here? Everything looks out of whack. Guys are turning the ball over. Guys aren't being aggressive enough. And this is sometimes why we want the ball to just go down to Scottie and for him to just straight up use brute strength because he has it in him. He has the ability. Scottie's just a really unselfish player. And so he's always willing to give the ball up. But there are times when Scottie has to be a little bit more selfish offensively. And he doesn't just have to sit on the perimeter. He can, get his man behind him, seal him. All right. For us with the basketball terminology and players, and you've coached, you want to get, there's a lot of mismatches that happen in this game where Tyrese Maxey ended up on Scottie Barnes in the paint. Scottie Barnes has got to find his position. He has to turn and seal Maxey on his back. And then he has to give the point guard or whoever's on the wing, you got to give him a target. You got to give him a target, and he's got to call for it. Feed him. And when Scottie goes right, left, whichever the hell way he wants to go, and he goes into the paint, instead of keeping the ball high, you'll see him keep the ball low, especially against a guy like Maxey, to bait him into fouling him and get to the free throw line for an easy 2. He gets the basket or possibly a 2 and 1. And so Scottie, I'm realizing that, yes, physically gifted, can put the ball in the basket, can pass the ball, right? He has a knack for finding teammates in good position to score the ball. But overall, in totality, just in general, I'm really realizing that Scottie Barnes has a higher basketball IQ than I originally thought. Not to say that I didn't think he had a high basketball IQ overall, but it's more advanced. It's more advanced than I probably thought it was. And so, you know what? Because there's a few guys that I still have to talk about. Scottie in this game scores his 4th 30-point game of the season. 43 minutes in this one, 31 points, 10 of 19 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3-point range, 10 of 12 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 7 assists in this one. And so Scottie did the damn thing in this one. But there is one concern I had that was a little weird to me. And I hate doing this, but I have to tell the truth on these podcasts. Grady Dick looked abysmal tonight. And yes, he's played some bad games before, but he just looked completely out of whack in this one. And at one point, I was actually getting a bit pissed off because I was wondering, why does Darko have this man in the game? Like, what is going on right here? He played 11 minutes in this one, pretty much did nothing in this game except give a bunch of bad fouls, honestly. But just not a good game for Grady Dick. And even when Grady Dick doesn't play well, he doesn't look terrible. Tonight, he looked awful. So hopefully he can change that up just a little bit and be effective, even if he doesn't score, like I mentioned, on the defensive end, give us something. But tonight he wasn't good at all. But I thought his minutes, to me, are going to have to start shifting a little bit to Jamison Battle. Okay. 15 minutes in this one for Battle, 5 minutes, 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, and was decent in the minutes that he played. Sandro Mamukelishvili, 18 minutes in this one, but Mamu was quiet in this one. 18 minutes, no points in this game, a rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. Unusually quiet for Mamu in this one, but it's all good. And after that third quarter, it was an 84-76 Philly advantage. So the Raptors went being up by 10 after the second quarter at halftime to being down by 8 after the third quarter. And so the third quarter starts here, and the Raptors go out on a 7-0 run, right? Quickly hits a big 3, foul line jumper. Lawson comes into the game, and he brings some energy. 10 minutes in this game for Lawson, 2 points, 1 of 4 from the field, gave you 2 rebounds as well, 2 steals in this one. And the Sixers end up at the 8:30 mark to the 5-minute mark, and that 3.5 minutes, end up going on an 11-4 run. And at this point, I'm like, damn, the Raptors are really missing their bucket getters. Barrett, you're missing Ingram. And so you're wondering, okay, who's going to be the person that starts to take control here and starts stepping it up? And, down that stretch, it did happen to be one Scottie Barnes, but we'll get to that in a second. Elijah Martin got the ball out in transition. I can't remember who passed it to him, but he just went up for a crazy tomahawk jam over Quentin Grimes, where he ended up missing it. But he did go to the free throw line, and when he goes to the basket, he goes with reckless abandon. He is really physical and takes it hard to the paint, man. And Darko, listen to this. He ends up playing 3 point guards down the stretch in this one. He ends up playing Martin, Quickly, and Shead. And it was really, really good because they had to turn up that full court defense, and having 3 point guards who can move laterally and be able to pick up 94 feet is always a good thing. You can't do it often, but there are times when you need to put the pressure on the defense. And it was good that he had those 3 guys to do this. Now, Barnes had a nasty dunk in this one. I mean, he caught the ball on, he was at 3-point territory, close to the baseline, ends up going through the middle, goes down the paint, and just absolutely destroys a nasty tomahawk jam in the middle. Make sure you go on X or find the replay of that one somewhere on social media. Barnes, like I mentioned, ends up taking a bit of charge in this one and is going to the basket. He's making shots, getting to the free throw line. But Maxey, like I mentioned, this guy was just flat out getting buckets, jumpers, getting to the basket, just really, really hard to stop. And listen to this. So Elijah Martin, the game is really close, 1 or 2 point game. And Elijah Martin now playing defense on Edgecombe forces the ball out of bounds, playing Edgecombe really tough to where Edgecombe fumbles it. And now 2 key reviews come up, and the Raptors win both of them. They get the ball back. Colin Murray-Boyles gets the ball, dishes it off to Jamal Shead, running, little floater, ties the game up. They throw up a shot from half court with Grimes, and now the game is tied 107-107 going into overtime, and overtime was juicy. Let's get into this. So Scottie, as I mentioned, ends up going to the free throw line. It becomes his 4th 30-point game of the season. And there was a play where I thought I was going to blow a gasket with Immanuel Quickley. There was a play where Immanuel Quickley is out in transition with 2 guys trailing him. And I think the defender was Kelly Oubre Jr. And Kelly Oubre fully commits to Immanuel Quickley. And Immanuel Quickley forces the layup and misses it. Oubre gets the ball, if it was Oubre. I can't remember. I think it was him. And just goes back into the other direction with literally Martin trailing him. And I can't remember who the other guy was who was trailing him. But 2 of them and didn't dish it off. And I was about to go off if he did not redeem himself from doing that. That was a horrific play. A horrific play. But he did redeem himself shortly. Now, Jamal Shead, we have to drop one for Jamal Shead. Okay. So Jamal Shead, 37 minutes, career high 22 in this game, 7 of 15 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3-point range, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. How many turnovers? Just 1 turnover in this game. And so, wow, I mean, he was balling in this one. Good defensively, good under pressure, doesn't force any bad shots. I mean, just fantastic play from Jamal Shead, and then quickly ends up breaking down the defense, dumps it up to Colin Murray-Boyles for a nice 2-hand dunk. Shead broke down the defense as well to Colin Murray-Boyles for a nice 2-hand dunk. Time to talk about Colin Murray-Boyles for everybody out here who tries to disrespect Colin Murray-Boyles for some reason, okay? Because this dude played 42 minutes in this game. 42 minutes. He had 17 points. 17 points, 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He had 15 rebounds, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. You heard me correctly. You heard me correctly. I mean, Shead at the end of this game as well. Now, I do want to mention this before I get to Shead. Edgecombe. So when the Raptors were up by 3, there was about, 25 seconds remaining. And Philly is like desperately going in to try to get the ball to Tyrese Maxey, but Shead was all over him. He was all over him, okay? They couldn't get the ball to him. Shead was denying him the basketball. So Edgecombe has the ball. He's going one-on-one and drills a 3 with 15 seconds left. I'm talking about big kahunas. Big kahunas. And he drills the 3. Edgecombe is special. Like he is special.
Guaranteed.
He's a dog. He's a dog. But in the end, this game is tied. And I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen here, because are they going to go, what are they going to be able to create? And, Scottie, in the end, he gets fouled with 6 seconds left. So there's 6 seconds left now remaining on the clock. Raptors are inbounding the ball. And so I'm wondering maybe they're going to get something from the baseline here, because the Raptors are 5th in the NBA in baseline out of bounds efficiency play. So I'm wondering maybe they'll inbound it from the baseball, get something going. But anyway, Scottie Barnes gets the ball. It's inbounded to him. He has 6 seconds remaining on the clock. Goes into the paint, gets fouled. Okay, now listen to this, because this is key. The game is now tied. 115. Scottie goes to the line. He makes the first free throw. It's 116-115, 0.8 seconds remaining. Okay. Philly has 1 timeout. If he makes the second free throw, Philly calls the timeout. They would advance the ball to half court, draw something up for Edgecombe, Maxey, one of those guys. Obviously, most likely Maxey, but if they can't, Edgecombe. But the point is, they would still have a chance to win the game or tie it, right? So Scottie Barnes is at the free throw line. Everybody's talking, trying to figure out what they're going to do. Whips the ball off the rim, and the game ends because he misses the free throw intentionally to let the clock run out instead of making a free throw. Just a brilliant, smart, high IQ basketball play from Scottie Barnes. We're going to drop another one here for Scottie. And guys, this was a fantastic game. The Raptors pull this thing out. They pull this thing out, and a huge win for the Raptors at home, 116-115. And it is a big win because they play the Philadelphia 76ers again tomorrow on the second of a back-to-back at home as well. And so we might see Joel Embiid in that one, maybe Paul George as well. So it's really good that the Raptors got to pull this one out, especially without Barrett, without Ingram, still without Jakob Poeltl, and Jacoby Walter goes down as well. So big win for the Toronto Raptors in this one. Scottie played great. Colin Murray-Boyles quickly didn't look great in this one, but you give him some respect because he did do some good things in this game. 40 minutes, 20 points, just 6 of 22 from the field. And honestly, he was missing a lot of shots that he would typically make. 6 of 9 from the free throw line, gave you 7 assists and 5 rebounds, 4 steals as well. So give him some credit there. But overall, just a very good win. Big props to the bench. Elijah Martin, AJ Lawson, even though he played 10 minutes in this game, I still thought he brought some good energy. Jameson Battle, Sandro, Ochai Agbaji as well in this one, did play 15 minutes and had 6 points, went 3 of 4 from the field. I'm missing somebody. No, Jamal Shead. I'm looking at the bench, but he started this game. So big win for the Toronto Raptors. I'm happy they got this win, and we will see what happens on the second game of the back-to-back. At MikeRoach7 on Instagram, at MikeRoach23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the show. This is the Mike Roach Show. I will be back again with you after the second of the back-to-back against the Philadelphia 76ers. Get in the comments if you have any questions or concerns or anything that you would like to point out. I will try to get back to you as fast as I can. This is the Mike Roach Show. Glad to be with you. Be back again soon, and I'm out.